Hi there. My name is Scott Greenwood, and I'm the Chair of Global Studies. I want to welcome you to Cal State San Marcos, and I thank you for choosing Global Studies as your major. So I just want to go real quickly over the major, give you a little bit of background, introduce myself, and talk about what makes Global Studies exciting. So let's start with this first picture right here. You might like, why it's Global Studies? Is there a picture from San Francisco? One, it's one of my favorite cities, but two, you'll notice in the background, on the left, you see some writing in Chinese, and it's a sign of just how international all our cities are, not just San Francisco or San Diego or Los Angeles, but even places like Perry, Oklahoma, because of migration. And so international is not something we can ever get away from, no matter where we are, or no matter what country we're in. And I thought this would be a nice little picture to get us started with. Next, let's go to, as soon as I can figure out how to use this, sorry. Next slide. Let's talk about the major and what it looks like. So there are certain courses to prepare you for the major. That Global Studies 100 is something for first year students. We encourage you to take that if in your first semester. If not, you can't get in first semester, you can take it in your first year. Also History 102, which is World Civilizations 1500 to the present. Global Studies emphasizes the modern era. And so all our courses, instead of when you do take a history course, you'll focus more on modern history rather than on ancient or medieval. Now, the Regional Geography is also a good course to take if you need it for the first year, if you're a first year student. So these are the three courses we encourage you to try to take and register for during your first year. If you are a transfer student, then what you want to do is focus on your upper division courses. So if you move down a little bit on the sheet, see the upper division requirements. We have Global Studies 300, 301, 302, and 400. 400 is, as it says, the senior seminar. So you would take that in your senior year. The other courses we encourage you to take in your junior year, possible. Global Studies 300 would be something we'd like you to take your first semester at CSUSM. Maybe even Global Studies 301 at the same time. Actually, we're going to offer two sections of it in the fall, so we encourage you to try to take it in fall 2020. And we're also offering a section of Global Studies 302. It's something you can also take in the fall. We'll hopefully offer it in the spring as well, but we will see. If you keep going down, you'll see that for the major, you get to choose an area of specialization in terms of geography. We have the Americas, Asia, Europe, Middle East, North Africa, and Sub-Saharan Africa. We have faculty that focus in all of these areas across both within the Global Studies department, but also in other departments that offer courses that Global Studies majors take. So you'll have a nice variety of courses to choose from. Let's go to the rest of the major. Also, as part of the major, you take a global culture electives. It'll be 6 units, it'll be 2 courses. There's a long list of courses you can take for global culture to get exposed. So there should be no problem trying to find courses for that. Next, you choose 2 global issue areas. And here it says at least 2 different disciplines, but we are changing that so that you can actually take courses within the same disciplines just to make things easier. But our 5 issue areas are foreign policy, global conflict and cooperation, international law and human rights, global political economy and development, and gender and global perspective. And so as a major, you choose 2 of these issue areas and you take 9 units in each. And once you complete those 18 units, you are done with the global issue electives. Down there at the bottom, you'll see something called the breadth requirement. Breadth requirement is something you take outside of global studies, outside the major, to help you meet upper division social science requirement. And it's since required of all students in the College of Humanities, Arts, and Behavioral Sciences. I want to go back real quick, something I skipped over. Language proficiency. So language proficiency for global studies majors is 4th semester competency. You can meet that in a number of ways, mostly by taking a course at the 200 level, like 201 or above, 202 or above. This counts as 400. And we offer Spanish, French, German at Cal State San Marcos, but if you are taking a different language, for example, we have a student who's taking Japanese right now over at Palomar College. There are other colleges nearby that you can also take your languages as well. Okay, so that's really kind of an overview of the major real quick. Let's talk about some possible career options. So there are many options in what we call non-governmental organizations. I have a list here. You don't need to I encourage you to look at all of them. But if you are interested in environmental issues, there are organizations out there that you can look to. Human rights, public health, international service, international education, and think tanks if you're more of a kind of research-oriented person. And what we would encourage you as faculty, both as first-year students and transfer students, is to try to do an internship while you are, at least one, maybe a couple, while you are a student, to try out. And all of these organizations recruit interns, both paid and unpaid, as a way to try to get people involved in their organization. This is a great way for you to gain experience and see if you actually like the organization, but also to get to know people within the organization and network. So even if you don't work for that organization, you might meet people from similar organizations that are looking for people once you graduate, and that's a nice way to network and get jobs. Next, you might be thinking about more of the government route. And so there are intergovernmental organizations. United Nations is one that comes to mind. But if you're thinking more, if you're a US citizen or you want to work from the United States, based from the United States, there's the United States Agency for International Development. There's also the US Foreign Service if you would like to work in embassies abroad. There's US government agencies, so Department of State, National Security Agency, Central Intelligence Agency or CIA, and also the Armed Forces. If you are kind of interested in things like international finance and international economics, the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, also known as the World Bank, might be something you look into, or the International Monetary Fund. So these are all different options, career options that are available for global studies majors once they graduate. We also encourage you, on the previous slide, talking about international education. You might decide that you, as an undergraduate, go do study abroad and have such a wonderful experience. That's maybe the industry you want to work in because it's just so much fun. And encourage you to consider something like that. But also the universities. If you are interested in becoming a professor like myself, it's a wonderful job. It's also something you can pursue as a global studies major, but you would need to go on to get further education either at the master's or PhD level to do that. And we encourage all of you to think about the possibility of graduate training after your BA to get more specialized training so that you may open up even more career doors as you move forward. Okay, let's go to the last slide. And if you want to get a hold of me for any particular reason you have questions, you can reach me at sgreenwo@csusm.edu. You can also call my office phone, but I'm not there because of the university being closed down. But it's 760-750-8050, and I'll get a email saying that you left me a voicemail. So please do leave a voicemail if you prefer that. And it's been great talking to you. Looking forward to meeting you in person, and have a wonderful, wonderful exploration of CSUSM. Bye-bye.